Hey guys, what's up? It's Cointon Drew here. So here's probably my best, by far at least, coin store pickup video I've ever done on my channel. I know I've had a lot of really good finds, and it seems just to completely progress over time. So my best, coin store find video could go from, one that I made 3 months ago, and then I probably could make another one 3 months ago. It's pretty repetitive here. I've been doing really well at the coin store, if you get my gist. I don't know if what I just said made any sense, but hope it did. Like I said, it's just been getting better. I don't know what to say. I had this fantastic purchase. I went May 17th of 2015. Today is May 26th of 2015. Today's Tuesday. That was a Sunday, I believe, when I went. This was just fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic. I was quite shocked. So I paid $10 for that, plus 5, so 15. Something like, I think it came to like something right around $20, give or take. I think it was $20.75. It was, yeah, it was $20.75. And I gave him $21, told him to keep the quarter. He's like, are you sure? Are you sure? I'm like, yeah, just keep the quarter. I mean, I did fantastic on this. I've never actually told anyone to keep the change. How funny is that? I'm pretty cheap, I know. But let's dig in here, guys. We're going to go from least best finds, if that makes sense, to second best find to my best find ever, and that's right there. So let's skip ahead here, guys, and not skip ahead, but let's get started here, guys. First coin I picked up is about a VG 1901 V nickel for 75 cents. You're gonna ask me, why did you pick that up? Well, because I don't actually have one of these, believe it or not, in my V nickel Dansko album. Quite funny, isn't it? I don't have a 1901. I think I still need an 1890, 1891, and I need to improve my 1892. And then I'll need the 1885 and 1886, the key dates, and possibly the 12S, not sure. And then I got a Canadian large cent. That was 75 cents, by the way. Got a Canadian large cent in the foreign coin bin. Lots of detail on it. At least a $3 or $4 coin. If not, maybe a $5 coin. It's a 1901. Like I said, lots of detail. Paid a quarter for this. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I always pick these up whenever I can find them, and it makes me pretty excited to see one of these Queen Victoria pop in the foreign coin bin in that nice a shape. I picked up this Barber, very awesome Barber. This is an 1899. I don't think it's been cleaned. Just weird color and toning. I think that's more like toning. Closer to a VG, definitely. 1899. Picked that up for spot. I think it was like $3.50 or something like that. Something like that. 362.5, something 375, something around there. Lots of detail. It's a plain, and these catalog for pretty well, believe it or not. This is about a $10 coin catalog value, 10 to 15, I believe. I'm gonna have to bring out. This is, like I said, I need to go switch mine out, but this is the March issue of Coins Magazine. Just a quick price guide I refer to. $18.99, about a $12 in VG8, $12 coin. Picked that up for spot, so I'm very happy with that one. Quite a nice purchase, I will say. This one I was really sad to see this. There was probably a way to get this crap off of it, but this is a 1920 Buffalo, and this was in the Buffalo bin for 75 cents, and the owner must have thrown it in there because of that garbage on there, but that's a 1920, and if I didn't know better, that's probably, I don't want to say it's uncirculated, but it's very, very freaking close. It's about a $30 coin without that crap on it. I might use some acetone and try to get that garbage off without actually hurting the coin. I don't know when I'll do that, probably within the next week or two. Maybe even tonight, I'm not sure. I just want to get that crap off and see. It's very light on there, it's just barely even on there. But I don't want to, use my nailers or anything like that. I want to get it off pretty naturally. But full horn, look at that detail. Crazy detail in this one. This one's almost too nice for me to keep. I'm not sure. It's better than the one in my book, but I'm not sure if I want to keep it, to be entirely honest. Just because of the dirt and stuff on it. But hey, very beautiful coin for 75 cents. Completely worth the gamble of putting it in acetone. I don't know if you guys saw, but, well, I don't know if you, well, maybe I'll upload it before that. I don't know. I might upload this afterwards. I'm not really sure. But I went through this penny roll I bought at the coin store for $2.50. It was complete bust, mixed. It looked like an old roll. I figured it was unsearched, and I wanted to go through it because I didn't really want to sell it on eBay or anything because I don't know what was in there. Turns out there was something like 20-some wheat pennies in here and a bunch of memorials from the 60s, so that sucked. One ender's like a 1920, so oh well. I'll probably like keep the roll and, you know, get rid of the coins out there. So whatever. Oh well. But that was $2.50. That was a complete loss basically. Other than the fact I can sell the wheat pennies for 3 cents a piece and the coppers for 2 cents a piece. But whatever. I don't really care. This coin here, you'll see it's actually a half cent, and I don't pick up half cents that often, guys. It's an 1825. And I kind of just went along with this. I asked him how much he wanted for this, Mr. K, the guy who's always there, when I go at least, how much he wanted for it, how much he was thinking for it. 1825, amazing shape. It's like a fine. I'm not really that good at grading half cents, but it's at least a fine condition. Has the hole in it, of course, but really nice condition though. 1825, had no idea about anything about that, so I just threw out a price. I had no idea if it's a good date or anything. Threw out a price, threw out $5, and he's like, sure. I'm like, okay then. The good thing is, since there's a hole in it, the hole's not right in the date, so still a nice piece. Still a very nice piece. Lots of detail on that. Better than my other half cent. I have an 1808 with like poor 1 details. Barely readable. You can only read the 0. It's an 08 or an 09. It's an 09 because that's the only year they made them. Yep. Had a 3rd digit of an O, or 0, whatever you want to say. Whatever floats your boat. But yeah, very nice condition coin, and I didn't actually know the mintage of this coin or anything about it until after I purchased it, and I was quite shocked. I looked at that 1825. They only made 63,000 of those, making it the lowest mintage of, well, yeah, it beats that one. It beats the 1811, making it the lowest mintage other than the 1831 of the whole series. That 1831 I think is like some sort of like, I don't know, some sort of like weird die strike or something, or pattern. I don't think it's a pattern. I don't know if it was meant for circulation or not. Probably was, but I don't know. But basically the key date, it's funny how these other ones are higher, especially this 1811 close date. It's actually a $300 coin in G4 compared to this 1825. But finding 12 conditions but an $85 coin, VF's 110, 155, and there's a lot more prices if you go by gray sheet. But I'm not saying it's a $85 coin. I'm saying it's maybe about a $30, $35, maybe even a $45 coin with a hole in it. Might even be able to pull off more, maybe like 60 or 50. Yeah, something like that. Easily. Doesn't subtract too much of the value. Very beautiful coin, and was shocked to find this one in there. I'm thinking about flipping it. I really am. But it's in my nicest half cent to date. So until I get a better one, or a better 1825, this will probably stay in my collection. And then the best find, guys. The funny part is it's not even in here. I don't believe it's in here, at least. I actually had to Google this one. So I was walked in the coin store, and I looked in the you know, just the junk 1 ounce round bins, right? Where there's just like junk 1 ounce pieces and stuff like that all thrown in there, bars, whatnot, right? I saw these 2 octagonal coins. I think they're octagonal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not, well, wait, 3, 4. No, yeah, they're octagonal. Never mind. octagonal coins in there, and I figured they were silver. And I asked the guy who's always there, Mr. K, what he wanted for him, and I took him out. Well, actually, initially I asked to look at him, and he kind of like flinched a little bit. He was kind of like hesitant almost. He was kind of like, I noticed these when I walked in there. He's like, I noticed these coins in here when I walked into the store this morning, and surprised the owner threw them in here. I thought they were interesting, but I left them in here. And I looked at them, and I did some quick research on my phone, and there was one of these, this thin one here. It's actually a type. This one's a thin one, and a thick one. And the one that I looked up was a thick one, and it was it was like an XF, much more worn than that coin is. And I'll show this in a second. I know you guys are probably wondering, what does this coin look like, or what is he talking about? Anyways, I just Googled it on my phone, and I found a quick listing that shows that a thick one sold on eBay for right around $300. And my eyes were popping onto my head. I was like, what the hell why is there a $300 coin in the junk silver bin? And so I asked Mr. K what he wanted for it. And of course, knowing him, he's not too knowledgeable about coins, and he had no idea what this, so he went immediately to Google, looked it up, couldn't find anything about the thin version, on eBay at least, which is funny because I did some Googling and I found some stuff on eBay. That's kind of ironic. He found the thick version. He's like, wow, these are selling for $200 to $300. That shouldn't have been in there. And he was, all hesitant and all like, shaking a little bit, like, how the heck did that happen? That's a pretty big mistake there. He's like, well, I'll sell you the thin one. I'm like, how much do you want for the thin one? And he's like, $10. I'm like, sure. I mean, the thick one's worth $300. You can't find anything about the thin one, then I'll take the thin one for $10, which was kind of weird. The thing that killed me, he's like, is this even silver? And then he took the thick one, and he took out his little plate, like the little black slab thing I don't know what it's made of. He did an acid test on it, basically. He scratched a little bit, and it caused a rim ding, and it killed me. But he did it with the thick one, not the thin one right here. Thin one's fine. But the thick one it tested fine for 90%, 95, somewhere around there. It was silver. I figured, hey, well, I'll buy the thick one, or the thin one, which is right here, for $10. Take a gamble because I wasn't quite sure, because I couldn't find too much about it. Got home, looked it up, and it's not in this book, which is kind of funny. It's technically considered it's technically considered a commemorative $50. It's not a $50, but it's technically considered a commemorative. It's not actual coinage, but it was actually struck by the mint back in 1925. And I'll show you guys a close-up on this coin here. Some of you guys may know what this is. Most of you probably don't. I actually learned something about this. I vaguely remember actually seeing one of these. This was in like a numismatic news article or a big auction. It says North American Centennial, 1825 to 1925. And there's a lot of detail on this. I thought that's kind of interesting how much detail there is in the face. Now, I had some questions with authenticity of this coin. The face doesn't look quite right, but it's definitely silver. That's the rim. I think it's pretty much authentic. I would have to say it's definitely authentic. It's kind of interesting because the coin's a little bit bent because of this raised reverse. I don't know if it's really bent or not, but it's interesting. It says authorized by Congress of the United States of America, and there's a boat on here. It says AD 1000 on there. And I did some Googling when I got home, and I nearly crapped my pants. I legitimately nearly pooped my pants. I did some Googling, and it turns out the North Americans, they came from Norway, apparently. I think they settled in New York in 1825. They were the first Norwegians to come to the U.S. By boat, at least, obviously from Norway. And there's something about them, I guess. There's a whole article about it. I'll see if I can find the article and link it in this video. But basically, back in 1925, when they were honoring the 100 years, they were commemorating 100 years of this. Apparently, there was a huge meeting, and I guess President, it was either Hoover, I think it was Hoover was there. Hoover or someone else was present during the time that this stuff was being commemorated. And I did some research, and it turns out that they only made 6,000 of these. Now, that's the funny part. 6,000 of those. Keep in mind, 6,000. That's nothing. 1 in 6,000. That's legitimately nothing at all. That's, gosh, I want to compare it to a population of a city. That's I don't even know. Maybe 1,000th or 100th of a. I don't know. It's I don't know. It's a tenth of the size of Columbus, Ohio, or something like that. I don't know, or even more. Probably 1/20th of the size of Columbus. It's pretty amazing. 6,000, and who knows how many of these have survived? I can't expect that many of them have. But it's definitely authentic, definitely silver. And in regards to price, guys, it just blew me away. This one here, I'm not sure if it's uncirculated. I think it's it's probably at least, I was thinking at least maybe an MS62, MS63. I don't really know how these things can wear down, but the thick one did. And this one appears to have no wear on it whatsoever. And like I said, picked it up for $10, and believe it or not, I did some Google searching, and turns out one of these sold for auction between $700 to $1,000, believe it or not. And I pretty much just passed out at that point. I was like, what? Am I reading this right? $700 to $1,000 for a medal I paid $10 for at a coin store? What? Are you kidding me? I was just shocked. I was blown away. So definitely by far my best find here. My game plan here is to send this off to PCGS and get it graded. I'm going to probably send it with a bunch of other coins, probably an 83 double die I found. I just kind of want that in a slab because that means a lot to me. Probably the same thing with my 84 double die, and I'll check the rest of my collection if I want anything else slabbed. But this is entirely worth it. I don't know what to say. So, yeah, guys, thanks guys for watching. That one blew me away, and still it's been a week. It's been almost 2 weeks, something like that, about a week and a half since I found this, and I'm still in complete shock. So. Yeah, guys, thanks guys so much for watching. I know, long video, but absolutely amazing. You never know what you're gonna find, especially at a coin store or anywhere. You never know where you're gonna find what's gonna come in your footsteps in the future. You never know what you're gonna find next, and that's pretty much the saying I live by. And this is pure proof of this. I wasn't expecting to walk into my local coin store and say hi to Mr. K and see there's a bin of coins that are really significant in value and weren't supposed to be there. They got one for cheap. Now the funny part is they made 37,000 or 39,000 of the thick ones. Like I said, those are pretty rare in itself, but the thin ones are the rarest. I supposedly there was one copper one known. It's like a $30,000 coin. There's a couple gold ones that are a couple $1,000 coins. Pretty crazy. But yeah, guys, thanks guys for watching. Thank you so much. And happy hunting, guys. And never know what you're gonna find next. So, like I said, guys, thanks guys for watching. Happy hunting. Take care. And goodbye.